We have more politics for you now. The fall session of the Ontario legislature resumed here at Queen's Park today, but Doug Ford was noticeably absent. So was his deputy premier, prompting speculations they're trying to avoid tough questions. Pomp and ceremony started off the morning as the legislature resumed after more than 6 weeks.
Class of 2006.
But Premier Doug Ford's seat was empty. So too was his health minister's. Perhaps they were avoiding this.
This government has left Ontarians with no credible plan of action to address the crisis in our healthcare system.
But it's more likely they were avoiding this.
What are you trying to hide?
The opposition was having a field day with Ford's refusal to testify before the federal public inquiry, which is examining the federal government's decision to invoke the Emergencies Act to end the Ottawa convoy protest.
We were subjected to weeks of unrelenting harassment by convoy organizers and opportunistic hate groups, and in our time of need, this premier and that minister made promises that were not honoured.
The Premier and Sylvia Jones, who was the Solicitor General at the time, are fighting the inquiry's summons in court, citing parliamentary privilege. The government House Leader was left to answer for them.
It is a policing matter, not a political matter.
That answer didn't appease the opposition.
It's a political matter.
The Premier did nothing. That's not a police decision.
I would ask the Premier, what are you afraid of? Like, why is he afraid to be honest with the people of Ontario about the actions his government took or didn't take?
Premier Ford was also absent as his government announced it will override municipal zoning to allow duplexes and triplexes to create more housing.
We're in the middle of a housing supply crisis. We need more homes built faster.
During the election, Ford promised to create 150,000 new homes per year for the next 10 years, a lofty goal that has never been attained before. Today, the government tabled new legislation to speed up the process by setting new housing goals for municipalities and streamlining approvals. So can those housing goals be met? Well, it's going to be really hard, and further complicating issues, higher interest rates and concerns of a possible recession, which could mean builders don't want to build. Now, the NDP housing critic says she's worried the Ford government plan will do nothing for renters and the homeless.